Good morning, children. How are you? I hope that you all are enjoying this online teaching. In the previous session, we have studied about reflex action, reflex arc, different receptors, and examples of reflex action. In this online session, we will study about human brain, parts of brain, how brain tissues are protected, spinal cord, functions of brain, and how does the nervous tissue cause action. So let us start. The first topic is about human brain. Human brain is the main coordinating system of the body, and it is the part of central nervous system. It helps in receiving the message from all parts of the body and then integrate them. All the voluntary action means all those actions which are done with our will. For example, writing, talking, moving a chair, clapping, etc. are under the control of brain. Brain also helps in sending messages to muscles. Now we will see that there are different parts of brain. It consists of forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. In the given figure, it is shown that how different parts of brain are located at different places, that is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Now next topic is parts of brain. First is about forebrain. Forebrain is the main thinking part of the brain. It has different areas to receive sensory impulses from various receptors. These separate areas are specialized for hearing, smell, sight, etc. Now it is of midbrain. Midbrain control reflex movement of head, neck, trunk in response to visual and auditory stimuli. Reflex movement may be movement of eye muscle, change in pupil size and shape of eye lens. Now the next part of brain is hindbrain. Medulla of hindbrain control blood pressure, salivation, vomiting, swallowing, coughing, sneezing, breathing, etc. Activities like walking in a straight line, riding a bicycle, picking up a pen or pencil, etc. are due to cerebellum of hindbrain. Now let us see different parts of forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. First we will study about parts of forebrain. Cerebrum is the first part of forebrain, which consists of various lobes. These different lobes are occipital lobes for visual action, temporal lobe for auditory action, parietal lobe for touch, smell and temperature, frontal lobe for muscular action, and second part of forebrain is olfactory lobe. That consists of olfactoreceptors that contain organ of smell. Here midbrain has no parts. Now observe this figure where the position of frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe and temporal lobe are shown here. Here also the different lobes of forebrain are distinguished clearly. Let us see about the parts of hindbrain. It is divided into three parts: cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Cerebellum helps in controlling the posture and movement of body. Pons regulate respiration, whereas medulla oblongata control blood pressure, heartbeat, breathing and also regulate swallowing. This figure indicate the location of forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Now let us see how brain tissues are protected. Brain is located inside the skull. Brain is protected by cranium, a bony box in the skull. Means inside the skull there is also a bony box that is called cranium, and again this cranium is covered by three membranes called meninges. The space between meninges is filled with a fluid. That fluid is called cerebrospinal fluid. This fluid helps in protecting the brain from mechanical shock or from any injury. Now the next topic is spinal cord. Spinal cord is a cylindrical structure. Start from the medulla oblongata and extends downwards. Spinal cord is enclosed in a bony case called vertebral column and is also surrounded by meninges. Altogether 31 pair of spinal nerves. How many? 31 pair of spinal nerves arises from the spinal cord. They are 8 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral and 1 coccygeal. This is the figure of a spinal cord showing cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral and coccygeal nerves. Now we will learn about functions of brain. Brain receives impulses from sense organ and then send it to muscle for action. It helps in storing the information. It also coordinates the activity of body. All the thinking are concentrated in the brain. It helps in integrating different inputs and outputs. Here the summary of functions of brain is given. Frontal lobe helps in problem solving, emotional tract, reasoning, judgment, speaking and voluntary motor activity. Temporal lobe helps in understanding languages, behavior and hearing. Parietal lobe of brain helps in knowing right from left, sensation, reading and body orientation. Occipital lobes helps in vision and color perception. Cerebellum is responsible for balance, control and coordination of voluntary movement. Brain stem is for breathing, body temperature, digestion, alertness, sleep and swallowing. Now let us see how the nervous tissue causes action. Nervous tissue is responsible for convey decision to muscles for any action. Yani they send messages to muscles for action. Whenever the action or movement is to be performed, the muscles tissue will do the final job. As we know that muscles cells have special type of protein. That is protein is called as contractile protein. And this protein helps in contraction and relaxation. This helps in changing the shape and arrangement of muscles in response to nervous electrical impulse. This is the flow chart through which it can be easily understood how nervous tissue causes action. First, the stimulus is received by sense organ. Then through sensory nerve it passes to central nervous system. Here information received is processed, decision is made and response is generated. After that it is passed to motor nerve and finally to muscles. In the muscles there is rearrangement of muscles protein and muscles shorten to response. So you have seen that how nervous tissue causes action. So this is all about today's session. Thank you and have a nice day. For any kind of doubts, please write your question in comment section.